Welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about all the latest Manchester United transfer news today, talking about Timo Werner, Hirving Lozano, Jude Bellingham and Ibrahim Konate and more in this video. And we're going to start first off with the Timo Werner news. Now, reports are coming out and saying that Manchester United are in talks with Timo Werner and his agent, and although he's expected to go to Liverpool, it looks like Manchester United could hijack this deal, which would be brilliant. Take a Liverpool target off their hands, bring them to Manchester United. What can I say? But before I get into this video and what the reports are saying and the reliability of the report, it'd be awesome if you could smash that like button and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football if you have not already, so you don't miss daily Manchester United related content from me. So in last week's video I talked about an article that came out by the Manchester Evening News saying that Manchester United were using data scouting, this new method of scouting, to find their targets, how they would go through thousands of strikers, but the data would pick out, you know, the 20, 30, 40 most strikers that suit them, and then the top 5 strikers that would suit them, and so on. And Timo Werner came out at the top of that list, and he was now targeted as one of Manchester United's first choices for the striker role. So Timo Werner was picked out as a top target, and according to a report today, Manchester United have opened talks with Timo Werner and his agent. German outlet Bild reported on Monday that Liverpool are favourites to sign Timo Werner. However, Manchester United are in for him too and in talks with his agent, so could hijack the deal. Now for me, this could be one of two things. This could be a way to get Liverpool to hurry up and get the deal done, because there's reports that Timo wants to go to Liverpool. Liverpool paid a price, they just need to hurry up and get it done. So if we say Manchester United in for them, Liverpool will hurry up and get the deal done. However, like, there's every reason why Manchester United would be in for Timo Werner. He's young, he's got a release clause, he's a good price, he's quick, so he suits Ollie's style of play, he can play across the front three, and we need depth in attack, so there's a million reasons why we'd be in for Timo Werner. So like, part of me is like, could this be a fake story to get Liverpool to hurry up and do the deal? But then there's like a million reasons why Manchester United are in for Timo Werner. If you want my honest reports, I feel like Manchester United will try and sign one attacker this window to increase depth. And I think if we don't go for Jadon Sancho, even though him and Werner are very different positions, I think we'll go all in for Werner, because we just need to like improve our depth in attack. You know, I can't see us going for Werner and Sancho. I think Sancho's our first choice target, and I think if Sancho falls through, we'll be looking at attackers like Werner. Obviously, there's 100 reasons why we'd be in for Werner, so I think we're definitely in for him. And you know what? If Manchester United could steal him off Liverpool, that would be amazing. He actually came out once and said he wants to go to the Premier League and he likes the idea of a challenge. Well, Manchester United, a challenge, you know, like being a building project towards something. He did hint Manchester United. Looks really likely that he's going to go to Liverpool, but the fact that we're now apparently in for him and in talks of him, you know, that could mean something a lot. That could mean something good. That could mean we think we won't get Sancho, so we'll go cheaper and get Werner. But I don't know. But let's get into the next story. The next story talks about a young Mexican right winger from Napoli called Hirving Lozano. Now, he came from PSV for about £40 million to the Serie A. However, it's not really been a most successful spell for him, and he's only started 8 games. He's almost like their Memphis Depay. Came, thought they got a good price for him, had a lot of ambition for him. Young, was really good in the Eredivisie, and has just flopped. He's kind of been their Memphis Depay. We were actually linked to Hirving Lozano last summer, but we didn't get him. Now, apparently we're interested in Hirving Lozano according to this report. Apparently we're looking into him. For me, myself, I think if we don't get Sancho, we'll look into Hirving Lozano. He's an alternative. However, you know, if we can get up for the right price, I'd take him, but he has been a bit of a flop this season, so it is a risk. However, he's still young, he can still grow into a top player. But if he's available for the right price and we don't get Sancho, I'd get him. The report's just saying we're looking at him, so, you know, we look at loads of players, so I don't think there's much in it myself. The next report talks about a young French centre-back from RB Leipzig, and no, it's not Upamecano, it's actually Konate. Now, Konate is 20 years old, Ibrahim Konate. He's reported to be for sale for around £43 million, and for a 20-year-old centre-back that has a really good potential and has actually been pretty solid like him, that is a good price, that is a bargain price, and apparently he's one of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's top targets. Now, I want to believe this, you know, because I think he's a good player to sign. Whether all the Tier 1, Tier 2 journalists have come out and said that Manchester United want a right winger in Sancho, a striker and another midfielder, they don't actually talk about us wanting a centre-back. All the Tier 1 journalists have not talked about us wanting a centre-back. Now, I'm sure Ollie wants a centre-back partner for Maguire, with Lindelof maybe being too slow and Tuanzebe and Bailly constantly getting injured. I'm sure he wants to find a long-term partner to Maguire. However, I feel like this summer we're not looking at centre-back. I think next summer we'll be looking at a centre-back partner for Maguire, but I've heard from Tier 1 journalists that our priority this summer is midfield and attack. And then the next summer will be a partner for Harry Maguire. However, with Ibrahim Konate, myself, I'd take him. The only problem is we have enough problems with Bailly being injured and Tuanzembe's been injured. Now, they're great players when they play, but they are injured. And Ibrahim Konate suffered a long-term injury this year. He's missed over 28 games of injury. Now, obviously, the last 2 years before that, he didn't have much of an injury record, so this could just be a one-off thing. Like with Marcus Rashford, he's just had a one-off long-term injury. But, like, there is a little bit of risk in it. But then he's 20 years old, £43 million, which I think is a pretty good price. Manchester United will look at him next summer, not this summer. I can't myself, from what I've heard from tier 1 journalists, I don't think Manchester United are in for a centre-back this summer. I know it says he's one of our top targets, but I believe that we want a midfielder and a winger before anything. Now, this next story talks about Jude Bellingham and how Manchester United are trying to pursue Jude Bellingham for £30 million. Now, we know that is true. We know we want Jude Bellingham. We know we're interested. But this report talks about how we want to change our scouting to picking up all the new, fresh, young British talent. You know, like young British talent. I'm talking like 16 and under. And it talks about Joe Hugill, who I talked about in yesterday's video, this young Sunderland wonder kid that we're very close to signing. And apparently Manchester United have improved their scouting and their scouting networks to look at the young talent coming through across Europe. They want to pick up young talent. We got that guy from PSV, Dylan Hug, well, you know. We've got Hannibal, we're looking at getting Joe Hugill from Sunderland. Apparently we want to pick up Bellingham and all the young British talent out there. We have a priority for getting all the up-and-coming British talent out there, which is no surprise to me, because one thing we know about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is he has this thing for young British talent. And this isn't even young British talent will come straight into the first team. This is young British talent that will improve our academy and that we'll bring through, and apparently we're really interested in that. And you know what, I think that's a good thing, because you can invest 300 grand in a player and then they'd be worth £5 million in a year's time, like even if they get one like first team appearance. Basically, the report talks about once again how Manchester United have expanded their scouting network to find the likes of Jude Bellingham and more. Thank you for watching Alice Talks Football. That was all the latest Manchester United transfer news today. If you haven't already, please smash that like button and subscribe down below to Alice Talks Football. Share this video, comment your thoughts down in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching. See you next time.